You know that feeling, right? You create something you are so proud of, you pour everything into it, and then crickets. It just sits there, completely unnoticed. Well, a lot of the time, the real culprit is something we barely even think about, the title. So today, we're going to fix that. We're going to dive into a strategic way to design titles that actually get your work seen. I want you to think of your title as a gatekeeper. A really great one, it throws the doors wide open. It invites people in, and it promises something valuable and clear. But a weak title, well, that's like a brick wall. It hides all your brilliant work from the exact people who are looking for it. So the big question is, right now, is your title a doorway or is it a barrier? And here's where it gets tricky. This is the core challenge. Every single title you write has to serve two very different masters. On one side, you've got a human being, a real person who's looking for clarity, for something engaging, something that sparks their curiosity. But on the other side, you've got a search engine algorithm. It doesn't care about curiosity. It wants specific keywords and a structure it can easily understand. So, how in the world do you please both? This whole balancing act, this is what we call the title challenge. It can feel like you're forced to choose. Am I writing for a person or am I writing for a robot? But what if I told you that you don't actually have to choose? Yeah, you heard me right. You don't have to pick a side. The source material for this whole explainer offers up a brilliant and, honestly, a really simple solution. It's a set of formulas that are specifically designed to satisfy both that human curiosity and the cold logic of a search engine. All right, let's get right into the good stuff. We are going to break down two powerful, proven title formulas that you can literally start using today. Think of these as your new secret sauce for creating titles that just work. And you know what the best part is? It's not some complicated 20-step process. It all boils down to just two. Two powerful, easy-to-remember models. That's it. So here they are. First, we have the definition plus utility model, and second, the method/theory model. Now, each one is built for a very specific type of content, so let's tackle that first one right now. Okay, first up, the definition plus utility model. This is your absolute go-to when you're explaining a big foundational concept. For any content where your audience is basically just asking, what is this thing? The formula itself could not be simpler. Seriously, you just start with the name of the concept, and then you add this little parenthetical that promises a definition and examples. It is so direct, it's crystal clear, and it perfectly sets the expectations for anyone who clicks. And this quote from the source material just perfectly explains why it's so effective. It directly tells the viewer they're going to get both the what, the theory, and the how, the real-world application. I mean, that is an incredible amount of value to promise in just a handful of words. And here it is in action. A title like Strategic Title Design, What It Is plus How It Works, leaves absolutely no room for confusion. You know precisely what you're going to learn before you even start. It's clean, it's optimized for search, and it's incredibly helpful to the viewer. All right, now for our second framework, the method/theory model. This one is perfect for when you're not just defining a concept, but you're actually teaching a specific named process or system. Think step-by-step guides. The structure here is what makes it so powerful. You lead with the official name of the theory or the method, and you follow it with a really clear breakdown of its main parts or steps. This immediately signals authority, and it gives the viewer a clear, actionable roadmap of what's inside. The source gives us this fantastic example, Lewin's change theory, unfreeze, change, refreeze method. I mean, think about it. Anybody searching for that exact theory is going to find it in a heartbeat. And for someone who's never heard of it, the title itself teaches them the 3 core stages. It's both a signpost for experts and a mini lesson for beginners. So why is this so darn effective? Well, it's because it does 3 things absolutely brilliantly. First, it shows you're talking about a specific, established framework, which builds instant trust. Second, it gives you a mini outline right in the title, so expectations are super clear. And third, it's basically a magnet for people who are actively looking for a proven, step-by-step process they can follow. Okay, so you now have 2 incredibly powerful frameworks in your toolkit. The big question is, how do you actually put them to work? Let's turn all this knowledge into a simple, repeatable strategy you can use every single time. Your new strategy really just comes down to 3 easy steps. Step 1, identify your goal. Ask yourself, am I defining a concept or am I teaching a method? Step 2, choose your model. Just match the framework to the goal you just identified. And finally, step 3, Write with confidence. Apply the formula, knowing that you're creating something that works for both real people and for search engines. And that, right there, is the key takeaway from all of this. You no longer have to guess. You don't have to cross your fingers and just hope your title works. You now have the tools to be intentional, to be strategic, and to design titles that grab attention and deliver value from the very first glance. So I'll leave you with this one thought to chew on. Now that you have these frameworks, what valuable story is your next title going to tell the world?